Released in 1993-94 Japan, this game by Ocean rode on the coattails of the film of the same name released just a few months earlier. Players take control of Dr. Alan Grant as he explores and attempts to survive the Jurassic Park as we all know and love it. Players walk around the park searching for eggs, IDs, and operating computers to grant access to other parts of the park. And let's not forget, arming himself to his teeth, all while trying to both get control of some rascally raptors and escape via helicopter. Interestingly enough, the gameplay has all manner of elements in it: platforming, action, first-person shooting, puzzles. It's no wonder it received great praise from many critics. Though the lack of save feature was a serious drawback, this game quickly became a cult classic in the wake of the success of the movie. Unfortunately, we did not get any of the movie score in this title, but British composer John Dunn did give us some fantastic originals. The soundtrack is well varied. The overworld music is mostly variations on 90s hip-hop and R&B inspired soundscapes, and the rest are appropriately themed tracks based on the creep factor of being inside a powerless building with dinosaurs roaming around, a nice T-Rex boss fight track, and even some elevator music. Thank you, Mr. Dunn, for all of your contributions to video game music. We will be looking at his track Triceratops Trot as we discuss 90s R&B drumming in today's episode of Stick to Games. Hey everybody, Kenny Jr. here, and welcome back to Stick to Games. In today's episode, we're going to chat a little bit more about the hip-hop shuffle as we take on the 90s R&B style of drumming. I'm talking about TLC, Jagged Edge, Destiny's Child, folks like that. It's a very simple concept yet profound, and it's quite interesting that we hear it from a Jurassic Park soundtrack of all places. In fact, the composer Jonathan Dunn has multiple tracks on this game related to the 90s R&B hip-hop sound. One of the tracks was even named Raptor Rap. Seems like somebody was a fan. So to give a little bit of history about R&B, its full name is known usually as rhythm and blues, and it's actually thought to have originated somewhere around the 1940s. However, it's more that the term was used then to describe what we refer to now as soul and funk and disco. Starting in about the late 80s, the genre evolved into what we know now as more contemporary R&B. Early pioneers included people like Usher, Janet Jackson, and Boyz II Men. So today we're going to break down a drum pattern that you might have found in one of those R&B tracks. If you're ready to check it out, let's take it to the set. Our written part here is simple but powerful and funky. It's based on the hip-hop shuffle, which can basically be broken down as swing 16th notes. Now, you can also notate it as a combination of dotted 16th and 32nd notes. You would do this if you are seeking precise accuracy and don't want to leave it up to interpretation, or if you are not shuffling the entire piece and want this kind of accuracy for a specific section. In either case, most accomplished drummers will give you the same result if you simply put shuffle or swing 16ths at the beginning of the piece or section. Both notations should result in a sound like this. Now that we have the shuffle feel down, we can add the kick and the snare to put a really good bounce to it. A quick little double kick in the first beat, but you're going to want to make sure you give the kick that same shuffle spacing as the hi-hat. And you can't forget about that tasteful open hi-hat on the upbeat of 3. That is some classic 90s R&B. Now, as we know, in 90s R&B and hip-hop, drum machines would be the go-to for most producers. However, some drummers were able to set the tone when playing live. People like Freddie Holiday, who played for Boyz II Men, and Michael Baker, who was known for playing with Whitney Houston. And what we learned from them is that we can apply some of the same ideas we use in live neo-soul performances, which, if you haven't seen that video yet, go ahead and check out my cover of King Ryukyu's Secret Passage for more ideas about that. For now, I'm just gonna go ahead and take a quick walk through the main part, adding a little bit of neo-soul / 90s R&B flavor for live drumming ideas. And alright everyone, that just about does it for what I wanted to talk about. I hope this gives you a good idea for what it's like to emulate that 90s contemporary R&B style of music with the hip-hop shuffle as your main line. Now, I am proud to present yet another arrangement of mine based on the track Triceratops Trot, very fun name, which uses this 90s R&B trope. A couple of other friends of mine helped me put this one together, so big shout out to those individuals who will be credited during the video. Hope you guys enjoy. If you're ready to hear it all put together, let's take it from the top. And alright everybody, that just about covers everything we had to talk about today. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to hit that like button and also subscribe so you can see my future videos. Remember to hit me up on social media, Instagram or Twitter, if you want to make a special request for a video or if you just want to drop by and say hi. I hope you enjoyed everything today and I hope to see you again soon. Till next time.